Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is Saturday, July 26th, and I am driving in the rain, so you may hear a smattering of raindrops. It is a heavy downpour as I drive down the road, but we'll get where I'm going okay. So, what is going on? As I'm talking to you right now, the Power of Veto competition is going on. And we have had our nominations. I last talked to you yesterday morning. So we had our nominations. They went as expected. Lauren put up Will and Keanu and Kelly. So she stuck with what she said she thought she might do from the very beginning. People are upset with her. Why is she putting up Will? Will was upset. Will is now over it. It is what it is. She didn't make any big moves. We have the same nominees that were up last week with the exception of Adrian, which is who other people wanted her to put up as Adrian as well. I also heard Ashley pushed, and maybe Rachel was pushed by one or two people. But you know what? It is what it is. Lauren is not making any big moves. I said yesterday that based on watching Lauren's decision-making process and how she went through it, I cannot see her winning Big Brother. Not that many people would have given her much of a shot, but I kind of left the door open. But it's like, if she gets so worked up over this week, I don't think she can navigate the rest of Big Brother. She may get far. She may get to the final two, but I don't think she can win it. So, other stuff that's gone on since leading up to the Power Veto competition, which I may do another one of these tonight after the Power Veto competition, or I may wait until tomorrow. We'll see. Probably wait till tomorrow. It just depends. I don't think any of you that aren't aren't watching the show or aren't doing stuff, aren't like, wait, tell me who won. It's not that big a deal, right? So, other stuff that went on overnight, I watched quite a bit of the feeds. I watched some discussions, and nothing is sticking out in my brain as being a major thing, right? I did watch today a conversation between Rachel and Keanu. They're still talking in kind of a bit aggressively and a bit not. Rachel just told Keanu upright, said, look, you've got nobody. Everybody wants you out. You are the top of everyone's list to have voted out, so you're going to have to go find some allies. But if you tell anybody I told you this, I'm done with you, kind of a thing. So I don't know if Keanu will say anything. I don't know if Keanu felt that way. He kind of seemed to say he did, but I'm not sure if he believes her or if he understands that it's pretty close to the truth. So that conversation happened. The two players were drawn for the Power Veto, and they are Vinny, Vincent, and Ashley. And I know Will picked Ashley. I don't know how Vincent was picked, whether his name was drawn or if it was a player choice or whatever. But I know that apparently Will picked Ashley. So you've got Ashley playing along with Vinny, and then the other four for the Power of Veto right now as I speak. I'm hoping it's a long one because I'm off out of the house for a couple of hours, and I don't know what's going to happen while I'm gone. And I'd rather not miss a whole lot, but it's not going to matter that much in the end. We'll still get to the week, right? The rest of the week we've got Power Veto meeting and a battle blockbuster thing to happen. It's just so much. It is just so much. What else to tell you? I told you have-nots. There was a show on Friday night, right? It was Unlocked, Big Brother Unlocked. And Big Brother Unlocked, of course, is the show hosted by Derek, Big Brother 16 winner, and Taylor, Big Brother 24 winner. And it was fine. It was okay. You might enjoy it, especially those of you that aren't watching anything else. But it is fairly simplistic, and it is kind of spoon-fed. Bobby, I can't think of Bobby's last name now. Bobby, the person we thought might be the host, the special guest, was indeed the special guest. Bobby from Saturday Night Live. God, I can't think of his last name. Doesn't matter. He is a super fan, so he was a co-host with them. I don't want to be critical. In some ways, I don't want to be critical because I know for a fact now that Taylor is definitely a Big Brother fan. She was recruited, but she is a Big Brother fan. And Derek was a very good Big Brother player. But I look at Derek because I think Derek's in it more for the meal ticket, for the money, than he is for the being a part of the game. That's my opinion. I think Derek's attitude is probably, I played the game better than anybody else, so no matter how anybody plays it, it's not going to be as good as me. And I'm not saying he gives that arrogance on the show, but I don't know. I've never been a great fan of Derek since he came out of the house. I thought he played an awesome game, thought he was one of the best players, but I'm just not a big fan of him outside of the house. So anyways, they did their show. They had their little different segments. Is this a bingeable bit or a binnable bit? Like, are you going to watch it? Are you going to throw it away? I don't care. I did not see. The only thing that they showed that I think we may have seen absolutely none of was a diary room segments with the house guests complaining about how dirty the bathroom was. So the house guests all complaining mutually about how dirty the bathroom is. It was all in the diary room. That could have very well been a segment that would have been shown on a regular weeknight show, and it just would have got left on the cutting room floor for time, and we never would have known. So there was nothing in that we didn't know. I actually know. There was one place where they showed us that Amy had told at least two people that she was the accomplice. She told Rachel and she told someone else. I don't know if it was Ashley or I'm not sure. But I don't know if we knew that. And I'm not sure. Did we know? I asked it in chat on Blue Sky, and I don't know if anybody replied to me, but that was a surprise to me. But that would have happened before the feeds had gone live. So again, that wasn't something that they shut down the feeds so we couldn't see. So I didn't see anything on last night's show that would have indicated they shut down the feeds to give Taylor and Derek exclusive content. So that actually is a relief to me. They're not robbing from our feed watching to provide content for this show. They did it all on their own. They had couple of other people. They had I can't think of his name, who does fantasy sports. They did a fantasy draft with Chelsea. Chelsea came in from last season, and they did a fantasy draft. And then they had Nicole do something, and I can't remember what it was because I didn't watch it. Sorry, Nicole, not a fan. So Nicole had a bit. They also showed the twins, the Nolan twins. I'm wondering if the bit they showed with them at the very end of the show might be related to the head of household competition. It might be. So it might be that the Nolan twins were somehow involved, which is really interesting because, they also showed a couple of screen caps from Twitter, of all things, which kind of annoyed those of us that aren't on Twitter. Why are they giving Twitter tweets props? But one of them was for Andy, Big Brother 15 winner, which was kind of nice. It's like, oh, look, they're recognizing Andy. And I really, honest to goodness, I would be willing to wager that Taylor said, put this tweet from Andy on our show, because he's always complaining about not getting any love. So this will give him a tiny, tiny bit of love, I think. I don't know for sure, but it would be funny if that's how it came about. I would love it if they did a Blue Sky cap before the end of the season, or before their end of their little run. That would be viewed with love by the Blue Sky community. So it's an okay show. If you've got your DVR set to record Big Brother, it's on your list because it just shows another show. I watched it, but I wasn't like, I didn't hate it, but I wasn't like, oh no, I missed it. What did I miss? But there was a couple of things that were new to me. So I will give them that. That's all I got on that. That's about it for that show. Won't be on for another 2 weeks. What else? I think we're at about it. I mean, there's lots of stuff that has gone on last. Oh, Morgan is over. That's it. Morgan and Zach. So Morgan's been crushing on Zach, and she decided last night that Zach doesn't have any interest in her, so she's over Zach. So yes, that's the revelation that I think I posted a video of her talking about that too. So she's over Zach, and yeah, I think that's about it. I had Rachel did like a 3-minute rant after she finished talking with Keanu, which I also posted. So if you go on to Blue Sky, I posted 7 videos, they're 3 minutes each, of the conversation between Keanu and Rachel, and then another 3-minute video of Rachel, who made it right at the 3-minute mark. She's perfect. I didn't have to edit anything out, of her talking about her relationship with Keanu. So there you go. There's your update. I will let you know tomorrow who has won the power of veto and what those implications are. Okay, everybody? Thanks. Be well, and we will talk to you on Sunday. Bye-bye.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.